And we are live, episode 12 of Get the Facts with Folan. Guys, I'm very, very excited for this one. We are going to the Balkans, a very fun spot to travel, in my opinion, in Eastern Europe. Going to be talking to one of my good friends, Rita, who lives in Kosovo. So it's a country that the United States recognizes. Not a lot of countries in the world recognize it as a country. So it's going to be fun to show you, have her join and tell you what life is like there and the must-sees when you get to that part of the world. So she has joined. Let me send her an invite. Let's see if this will work. Got it. See if Rita can get in. Fingers crossed, waiting for her to join.
Hello.
Yes, here she is.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. Rita, thanks for joining. If you want to take a second, introduce yourself, say where you are, and let's dive into this.
Yeah, my name is Rita Bekçeli. I'm from Kosovo. I live in the south of Prizren, and I'm currently quarantined in my own house with my family.
Yeah, so let's see. So what's quarantine like in Kosovo? The government, is this a government mandated quarantine? What's been going on in your neck of the woods?
Well, we started quarantining 3 weeks ago. We've been on lockdown for 3 weeks, and the government said that it was gonna stop last Friday, but today they announced that it was going to continue until the 6th of April. And in terms of cases, we've only had 91, which is low in numbers, and the numbers have been progressing very slow in terms of other countries. Which is okay, but in my city down in the south, it's been quite normal and nothing has been, dangerous or anything. But not bad.
What's it been like? What have you been doing to pass the time? Yeah, I know you're studying. You're gonna finish up your bachelor degree here soon. But what's been going on?
I've been basically busy with the university. But I have classes 3 times a week, and I've had online classes almost all the time, and they're sending me assignments to keep me busy and everything. So it's been all right. But in terms of like other things, I've been hanging out with my family. I have a brother and both of my parents, and we've been cooking, we've been chilling, we've been talking. Recently, my brother found a board game. We've been playing that. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Heck yeah, good old-fashioned family time. Yeah. It's a pastime that is finally back. It seems to be happening all over the world.
Also, I've been painting a lot, which is I painted hold on. I've been painting vases.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Good way to pass the time. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah. So when it comes to being quarantined in Kosovo, like, are you allowed to leave your house? Are you truly stuck in your house?
No, we're not allowed to leave the house, but they made like a schedule up until 5 p.m. You're not allowed to leave, and then from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. you are allowed to go outside. But we have not been risking it. Like, we have not left the house at all. So we've just been hanging out. My parents have gone shopping a few times, but very rarely, like maybe twice in the last 3 weeks. So
that's impressive.
Yeah.
You guys must have prepared quite well. Have some good rations of food.
For sure. On the first Thursday, we went shopping as a family, and then never again. And that was it. That was it for like 2 weeks.
That's impressive. Jeez, you guys are quite good preppers. What are there? So are there any specific products? I'm sure you've heard the craze of toilet paper selling out in the United States, toilet paper selling out in Australia, even Europe. Is there a specific product in Kosovo that's selling out?
Well, that day that we went shopping, I didn't see anything that was missing. I didn't see like empty shelves or anything. I just it was normal. But then things started like you know, stores starting being like more empty. But in terms of like toilet papers and stuff, nothing has been like missing, you know. Nothing has
That's
been
good.
crazy as in America. And America is insane.
It's nuts right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better. Okay,
Yeah.
we forgot to say how we met. Do you want to say the
Yeah.
story? Or do you want me to dive into it?
I mean, I can dive in
Go
if
for
you
it. Take
want.
it
All
away.
right,
Let's hear it.
cool. Well, I'm also a part of the couch surfing community, but I'm only accepting guests. And I've been doing it since I think 2016, if I'm not wrong. And in the last, for like 2 years in a row, I got multiple guests during the summertime. And the week that my you basically came into my contact, I had three other girls who were staying with me
Uh-huh.
2 weeks before, and then I wanted to like kind of take a break, not really get any other guests, because I again live with my family. I don't live alone. But then I saw you on Couchsurfing, and I saw your resume, I guess. And you had been traveling for basically the whole world, 81 countries at the time,
At the
not
time, it
now.
was in the 80s. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like impressed. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get this guy. I wasn't sure if I was gonna invite you in my own house, but I tried to find a place for you and everything, make sure that everything is okay so that we can meet, because I was like,
Exactly.
I'm not letting this guy go. If he's coming to Kosovo during August, which is the prime time to come to Prizren in my city,
Yes.
because we have the festival, the documentary festival for a week. You came at the right time, and I was like, this guy gotta come. I can't let him go. I can't let him miss out on this. Like this is like the perfect time. He nailed it. Yeah.
I did schedule it to make sure I could see the festival, and it worked out nicely. You were the best host ever. You helped me find a nice hostel, which worked out. And then we went to one of the films we saw. I'll never forget it. We saw a
Yeah.
documentary
Me
on
neither.
New Siberia, where they
Yeah.
were going to find tusks of woolly mammoths. It's
Yeah.
fascinating, guys. That is the best time. When is the festival? Typically, it's in. Is it? I can't remember. Is it July? It's July, right?
It's
July,
no, it's August, the beginning of
August.
August. So like right as the month begins, that's when the DocuFest begins. But this year, I think they postponed it for a little bit later, not because
Hopefully.
of the coronavirus. They just
Okay.
did
Okay.
that randomly. But I think
Yeah.
now it's working out on
Yeah.
their favor.
And fun fact, your
Yeah.
dad is one of the founders of it, which is
Yeah.
pretty darn neat. Guys, I mean, this is
Hmm.
one of the biggest documentary festivals in
Hmm.
Eastern Europe. It is a huge deal. It is so
Hmm.
much fun. And I'm so glad you took me around. I mean, when I was walking around, I was walking around with the local celebrity. I mean, you knew everybody in town, which made it that much better. It was so neat. So, yeah, I mean, if you were traveling Eastern Europe and you go to Kosovo, which I highly recommend, get to DokuFest. It's something you need to time your trip around, because it'll make your time in Kosovo that much better.
Yeah.
So let's dive into traveling in your country. I think if this is the perfect segue. In your
Hmm.
opinion, what are
Hmm.
the top three spots in Kosovo that people need to see?
Well, yeah, Prizren, which is my city, it's in the south of Kosovo, in my opinion, my favorite city in terms of like checking out historical buildings. It's a very historical city. You can go and meet. You have which I know you've been, the castle on top of the mountain.
Yes.
You visited, right?
Oh yes, caught a
Yeah.
couple
Okay.
sunsets
Great.
up there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you go up there, you see the whole city, basically the whole landscape. You see the river down in the middle. You see the three bridges that connect each side of the city. You see mosques. You see churches. You see like little kind of hills and everything.
Oh
It's
yeah, hills on the
it's
backdrop.
amazing. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite places in prison. And then in other places, Pristina is also a great city to visit, which is the capital of our country. and they basically it's a bigger city and more people are live there, not only just from Kosovo but from all around the world. And if you want to see like small cafes and like cool indie places where you want to go and drink or eat or do fun activities, it's
Yeah.
really fun to go. And then also the mountains, I
Yes.
would say
And
the
that
Bay
where
Area.
that's the northwest of the
Yeah,
corner, right?
the northwest of the corner. And also um one of my favorite ones has are named Rogova, which are these beautiful mountains that the way to go to the top, it's like the most beautiful thing you'll ever see. It's amazing. It's just it's my favorite. I've been there like I think twice, and each time I'm like, when we arrive at the destination, I'm always like sad because that's beautiful,
Yeah.
but like the road to there is fantastic. I love
That was
it.
the best part. That was the one part of the country I ran out of time for.
Oh,
So I need to come back and I need to see
yeah,
the mountains. The other
yeah,
thing in Pristina, I think it's the National Library. Is it the
yeah.
building that's super crazy? That is some
It is
wild
crazy.
architecture.
It's considered as like the ugliest building in the world. One of the ugliest buildings in
I
the
didn't
world.
think it was ugly. I thought it was very cool looking. I mean, for a library, it's very different.
Yeah.
It's very memorable in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's quite futuristic in a way, even though it was built like I think in I'm not sure when it was built, but yeah, it's really great. I like it. And it's huge. It's really big. Yeah.
Yeah. It's massive, and both those cities. I mean, the country is quite easy to get around. There are very good bus systems again, just like the rest of Eastern Europe. So yeah, it's easy to bounce around the cities and to see quite a bit in a short amount of time. So
Hmm.
let's dive into food. What
Yeah.
is your favorite dish from Kosovo? What is I have not forgotten the dinner your family treated me to while I was there, which was so good. But in your
Yeah.
opinion, what are the must tries when you get to Kosovo?
I've been thinking about this. I've come down to two, but it's flia, though I think we talked about this. Kosovo basically is known for pastries type of foods and also um, meat. But my top two have to be flia and pita. Um, Pita probably because my grandma makes the best pita of all times. It's like layered pastries with spinach on top of each other,
Mm,
and then
no.
like it's like kind of like crumbly, kind of like crunchy, but it's just the best. It's kind of also salty. You can eat it with tea, Russian tea, and also cheese
Oh,
and
nice.
olives. Yeah, it's
Sounds
really
like a
great.
good dish.
And also we ate cebaba, the little meat kind
Yes.
of
They're like sausages almost,
oh
right?
yeah, kind of like sausages, like short sausages. They are also one of my favorites, and they are also
So good.
very famous in my own city. That's like when you come to my city, that's what you eat. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had it a couple times, and it
yeah,
was so good.
yeah,
I have not forgotten. It
yeah,
was a very good treat, and
for
something
sure.
you could eat any day, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
are there any weird foods that you guys eat in Kosovo? Anything out of the ordinary?
I asked my dad about this because I haven't tried it, but he said
Yeah.
cow brain.
Cow
It
brain.
cow brain. You haven't tried it, but
I did not.
you didn't. But my dad had tried it before, and he says they take the cow's brain, they cook it very well to the
Huh.
point where you don't know what you're eating, and then you it's the kind of like mixed with other things, like it's kind of like a stew, and you
Yeah.
eat it, and it's I think it's he said my dad said it's delicious. So I haven't
I'm
eaten it
sure it is. If it's
myself.
cooked the right way, I tell you what, these chefs around the world,
Yeah.
uh, they can make some amazing stuff. I think one of the things that I'm shocked that I liked was in the Philippines. They
Yeah.
have a lot of street vendors have the chicken intestines. So they've got
Huh?
skewers, and it looks like spaghetti on a stick, dipping in the
Yeah.
sauce, and it was so nice. So yeah, if it's cooked right, I'm sure the cow brains are
Yeah.
very nice as well. That's interesting. Wow, I'm gonna have to come back and try that one.
Oh, you have
Um,
to go back.
let's dive in. Something that's very interesting to me. I touched on it before you joined. Is
Hmm.
Kosovo isn't recognized by a lot of countries being a country. The
Hmm.
United States was the
Yeah.
first country. If I am correct, now correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. We're the first country to recognize Kosovo as a country,
Hmm.
right? And in
Sure.
Pristina, there's 6 flags that are from the countries that were the 6 that first recognized Kosovo, and it's been interesting how the rest of the world has reacted.
Hmm.
So you guys used to be part of Serbia, correct?
Hmm. Yeah.
Part of
In night.
Serbia, maybe part of Albania, maybe. Am I wrong? It was mostly
Uh,
Serbia, and you guys got
the
your
second time.
independence. So were you part of Serbia? Well, you have a lot of Albanians as
We
well,
we were
correct?
we were a part. Kosovo was a part of Serbia, but Albania was a country in its own since
That's right.
1912.
Okay.
But in the 1912, that's when we became a part of Serbia for years and years to come. But in 98, that's when the war started,
Yep.
and it lasted for a year, from 98 to 99. And in 2008, we got our like independence
Yep.
finally, and we've been independent ever since. And it's one of the youngest countries to like
Right.
become independent for sure.
Exactly. And you
Yeah,
feel that national pride when you get to
yeah.
Kosovo. But what's
Everyone is very
interesting
patriotic.
is since you're so young and since so many countries don't necessarily recognize you, your passport only allows you to go to Serbia and
Hmm.
then is it Albania?
Albania,
Yep.
Macedonia, Montenegro, and also
Yep.
Turkey.
And Turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
So and like and a lot what's interesting is like you guys are so hungry to see the world and I love it, right? You're
Hmm.
citizens.
Yeah.
When you see a foreigner, everyone
Hmm.
wants to talk to them. I couldn't believe it. Like as soon, no joke, when I got off the bus in Pristina, I had 3 locals who came up to me and talked, and we ended up getting a meal. And I was just like, guys, I stink. I've been on an overnight bus, but yeah, sure. And it was
Yeah.
amazing that like you guys are so hungry to learn about the world. And like I'm hoping in the future more countries recognize you guys so you're able to use those passports and to see more of it. Because right
Mhm.
now, you got the world comes to you guys, and that's how you really. I mean, and social media as well. But it was the way you guys were so welcoming was phenomenal. I was blown away, and
Mhm.
like I'm hope that's one of the reasons why this virus needs to go away to
Yeah.
make sure more people can come back and tour your country and see just
Yeah,
how great it is in that part of the world.
for
So
sure.
so what's your favorite part of your country?
My favorite part of the country. My favorite part of the country, I think it's the people. The people are very familiar and like kind, and they always want to help you. They always want to be, you know, nice to you and like
Yeah.
help you with everything. And also the community sense of the country. It's quite one of the things that makes Kosovo like a great country, because everyone has their own little friends, and like everyone knows each other, and everyone is like very very connected, and we're very family oriented country in a way, because I hear that a lot of people are in other places are not that family oriented.
Right.
So everyone is kind of individual. They want to have their own um, place and like life and everything. But here is like together. It's like where we are like strong and like we strive. But also, yeah, this quarantine has been quite, um, in that sense, they because we live in a lot of family houses. The quarantine has
Right.
not been that bad because
Hmm.
we all have someone to talk to and to yeah. But in terms of seeing other family members and other friends and other people who we all know and we love, it's been kind of hard because we haven't been able to see them. But
Right, right, right. It's like, yeah, if you're spread out around the country, but you are lucky. You live next to your uncle, correct? So you do
huh?
get to see. You live next to
Yeah,
your. Isn't your uncle your
yeah.
neighbor? So you get to
I'll
see
tell you
some of
this.
your family.
This is where my uncle lives. Literally next to
Literally next door.
Prizren. That's where my uncle is.
Yeah, yeah. Because when I was in country, we all had dinner together my last night in town, and that like
Mhm.
I literally felt the sense of family. I mean, I personally felt like I was part of the family. You guys were so welcoming, and yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
your uncle, your dad, both your parents. I mean, and everyone's kids, everyone was just so kind, and
Yeah.
I was truly blown away during my time in your country. Man, oh, my
Yeah.
mom is saying, so nice to finally meet you. She's heard about you as well. See that in the comments. So
Oh,
yeah, mom, here you get to finally virtually meet her. Hopefully someday we will get to go to
hi,
Kosovo together, and we
French
can
mom.
we can all see some documentaries together at Doku Fest. So
Yay, I would
what
love
one
to. I
more,
would love to meet her. I would love
we'll
to
make
meet
it
you.
happen. I'll
What's her
bring
name?
Katie as well, and it would be so amazing. One more question for you? What's one fact about your country that would surprise people?
I mean, ugh. I mean, it's a small country. We have a lot of facts that can surprise people. But one thing that is funny is that our national anthem doesn't have any words.
What?
Like it's just instrumental. Usually, other um, anthems have like words. You have like
Right. You sing
perfect lines,
along? Yes.
perfectly. Yeah, you yeah. But when we play our anthems, we don't have any words. We just have the instrumental, the piano, and the orchestra. And
Yep.
yeah, it's so weird to see football players kind of like just stand there
Just standing there,
awkwardly,
nothing to say. Interesting. That is a
just
very
like
good
put
fun
their
fact.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
Not a lot of
wonder,
people know.
I need to look, I wonder if you guys are one of the only countries that don't have words in your national anthem.
Oh
I'll need to
yeah.
Google. That's another really good trivia question
Yep,
that I
yep,
will have to look up.
for sure,
Fascinating.
yeah, yeah. It's really,
Huh.
really weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder who decided not to have words. Maybe they just got too tired of writing and
I
just
mean,
felt like the music was enough.
probably they had to come up with something very, very fast. But yeah, maybe that was one of the reasons they run out of time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
get something out like, hey, all right, guys, we're really going to change it up this time. No words,
Yeah,
and clearly everybody
yeah.
liked it enough. Oh my
Easy,
gosh.
very easy, very
Yeah,
plain and simple.
yeah, exactly. Any other fun facts? That is a very good one.
Well, we have six ethnicities that live in Kosovo. We have people from Bosnia, Rom, um, Goran, Turks, and Serbia who also live here as like a thing, as a whole that ethnicities. That's what the six stars in the map represent. You know, we
Yeah,
have oh, also we are one other country who has our map a part of the flag. Cyprus also has one of the is
exactly.
also one
Yes.
of the countries that has their map as a flag, but Kosovo also is one of them. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. All right.
yeah.
So we just got another question from a
Mm-hmm.
viewer. She said, I
All
was
right.
traveling around the Balkans last summer, and I think people were saying a lot is that Kosovo is dangerous. Can you say
Mm.
something about that? I feel like it's not, but why do people say it is?
No. Okay, so it's not dangerous. The war happened in 1998, and that was when it was the most dangerous time, the most dangerous period. Um, but now everything is okay. Now everything is fine. It's not that dangerous. We don't have like crime, a lot of crime going on, but
Yeah,
everything is okay. I'm sure you can also tell that it's okay. Everything is all right. Everything is safe.
I tell
Everyone
you what, I
is.
totally agree. I mean, it's interesting. The Balkans get a bad rap. Like
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
I mean, let's be completely honest here. When
obviously.
people go to Europe, right? They go to Western Europe. Western Europe,
Yeah.
there's a lot of cities, there's a lot of countries, and
Hmm.
like it's easy to get to. The
Hmm.
Balkans, I think if you want, personally, my favorite part of Europe is Eastern Europe, specifically the Balkans. It's
Hmm.
they're all former Yugos. A lot of them are former Yugoslavia, right? There was a communist period, which you do see in some of the architecture, but a lot of these countries have moved past that. So I think it's just because of the past government and the history of it that people are like, oh, it's dangerous. Personally, I didn't have a single problem when I travel through the Balkans or any of Eastern Europe for that point. Like, we're going to have episodes coming up in Belarus, in Lithuania. Fingers crossed, I got a buddy in Montenegro I need to reach out to, because that's, again, and I've got a friend in Albania. Like, we're going to be traveling virtually to these countries so you can see exactly what it's like. And no, it's a great question. I think personally it's very, again, street smart, right? Like, there are bad people everywhere. Don't be an idiot. But again, like, I think it's very safe to get to there, and you escape the crowds. That's what's nice about Eastern Europe. That's what's nice about the Balkans, is you can dive into these countries, and you're rarely going to meet people from your country. You are going to meet the locals, and the locals, especially in Kosovo, are going to be so hungry to meet you and to hear your travel stories and show you what their country's all about. So absolutely get to the Balkans, absolutely get to Kosovo. And if you don't, you're missing out. You're really missing out on a cool part of the world. So.
Yeah, it's one of the jams of Europe, everyone says.
And like DokuFest. Like,
and DokuFest,
I wasn't going to be plugging DokuFest this much, but that is such a great festival. Like, I found out about that a week before it was supposed to happen, and I rearranged my schedule to make sure I'd make it. And I'm so glad that I did, and I'm so glad that we were able to meet there, because what a great experience in Kosovo. Like, fell in love with the country.
DokuFest is one of the biggest festivals that you said, and it has over 60,000 guests that come every year,
which is huge for the Balkans. So yeah, guys, put it on your schedule. If you're living in Europe, put it on. Like, that is one of the festivals you need to attend. What a great time. Rita, I tell you what, thank you so much.
Of course.
You know, this has flown by. It has been way too long. We messaged, but it's nice to finally see you face to face again. Any parting words? The stage is yours. You feel free to say anything.
Well, just like, stay home, stay safe. You say, again, wash your hands. You always say that. And also, I've been watching every single one of these, and I've been really enjoying it. I really love the idea of showcasing, you know, different cultures in this way when we can't do this. So this is really great. And also, important, use hand cream after you wash your hands, because that is easier for you to wash your hands. Your hands won't get dry from water. I've tried.
There you go.
The first 2 days, I didn't put hand creams on, and I was washing my hands like crazy. And then my hands were like dry and flaky, and it was disgusting. And then I put hand cream on. Perfect.
Hand cream with all the washing your hands. Hand cream is the way to go. Rita, thank you so much, and I'm glad. It was really good to see you, and I can't wait. There is no doubt in my mind I will be back in Kosovo at some point in my life, and I will bring my mom next time, so you can meet some of my family. I would absolutely love that.
I hope I'll be able. You know, I've actually personally have traveled a lot in my life, despite the visa and everything. So if I, you know, end up getting a visa for America or Australia or wherever you are, I don't know where you are. You're always somewhere.
Yep.
I'm gonna come and visit you for once, maybe.
You're always invited. You will always have a place to stay, no matter where I am. So thank you so much, guys. That's it on Kosovo. What an awesome country. Seriously, it's one of the lesser known spots in the Balkans. Get there if you can. Next couple episodes coming up. So tonight in the United States, in roughly 11 hours, we are going to down Australia, mate. We got one of my good friends in Sydney. The country is on a partial lockdown. They just announced today that they are making it so they can't have groups of people bigger than 2, which is insane. But also each state, they have, I believe, 7 states in Australia, and each state has shut down, so you really can't cross the border. So a lot of travelers are getting stuck if they're stuck in one state, and most of the flights are out of Melbourne and Sydney, so they are not able to get home. So excited to talk to Claire in Sydney. And then we will be headed to Spain in roughly 24 hours. So again, Spain, another hot spot with this COVID-19. One of my brothers from another mother, Zach, who I met through couchsurfing as well. Excited to talk to them. So be sure to tune in. If you haven't, you can get the notifications for when I go live. We're pretty consistent on the times. And if you miss them, I have been uploading them to YouTube. So guys, that's it. good night from Singapore, and please be safe, stay inside, and wash your hands. Rita, thanks again, and hope to see you
Bye.
again soon. Bye-bye.
Your mom is the cutest. I love her.
Bye-bye.